welcome to Yorkshire Voice on Thursday 24th of May. I'm Jasmine Ella Blacker.
And I'm Alex Smith. Here's what's coming up on today's show.
Train strikes cause travel chaos once again for commuters.
Campaigners are helping to prevent violence against Leeds-based taxi drivers.
And Leeds United have announced a new step to support their LGBT fan base.
But first, a spate of violent attacks on Leeds-based taxi drivers has led to a new campaign to make the city a safer place for them. 2/3 of taxi drivers say they've been assaulted but haven't reported it.
Lizzie Magara reports.
Smashed windows, punching and racial abuse, just some of the violent incidents reported by taxi drivers outside Leeds train station.
I've had my car window smashed by a customer on the rank outside. He just got hold of it, punched on the car, kicks, that kind of stuff.
Today, British Transport Police have launched a campaign along with Network Rail and Unite to tackle assaults against drivers and say many of them believe it's just a part of their job.
When we did a survey of the taxi drivers to get an understanding of how they were feeling and what was happening to them, we got huge disparity. We actually got 69% of them said they'd been attacked or had some form of verbal abuse. Of the ones that were reported, we saw physical assaults against the drivers, verbal assaults, which also included a hate crime element, so perhaps a racial or religious element as well. My message to everybody is that is not acceptable. We won't tolerate it and we will actively pursue people that commit such offences.
They hope the new taxi watch scheme will lower violent crime outside the station by promising a police response to incidents and by increasing the number of patrols. A key part of the campaign is to urge the public to report abusive behaviour.
The main thing is, if members of the public see it happening, they've got a duty to report it as well. And that's what we're trying to raise. We're hoping to reduce attacks by 100%. We don't want anybody attacked for anything at all. People should just be able to come to work and do the job.
The message today from police is clear. Abuse will not be tolerated. Lizzie McCallan, Yorkshire Voice.
After a week of misery for commuters using Yorkshire trains, today the chaos has been compounded further by Northern Rail strike action.
The strikes are over the changes to the roles of conductors on trains. Tanya Jackia reports.
Fashion, home and electricals from your...
R&T union workers at Northern Rail are on strike once again in the ongoing dispute over the safety of driver-only operated trains. The unions say that the company have declared a war on passengers and staff, but Northern say they are hoping for meaningful talks between the groups to resolve the issues. The strike comes in the midst of an already chaotic week, which has seen train companies across the country struggle to keep up with an ambitious new timetable. The misery is not over yet either, as there is a further strike by Northern Rail workers on Saturday, targeting the bank holiday weekend. Commuters can only hope that the timetabling issues are just teething problems with the new system, and that Northern's dispute is solved soon. In the meantime, passengers are held hostage by the rail companies. I'm Tanya Jackia, reporting for Yorkshire Voice.
Leeds Rhinos have been looking back at their history with a new exhibit at Leeds City Museum. On display are a series of vintage photos, kits, programmes and tickets from some of the club's historic clashes.
Sports fans will be charging over to the museum to check out the displays. Ian Molyneux has more.
In a collaboration between Leeds Rhinos and Leeds City Museum, fans have been given the chance to take a glimpse at the club's rich history and silverware.
I think it's really looking at the rebuild currently at the Emerald Henley Stadium, which sort of inspired us to have an overview and look at some of the history of the club, because it's got a really rich history, and I think often we focus on the recent success but actually don't look at some of the foundations of that and how the club got to where it is today. So it was nice to just go back and have a look and talk about the previous build, last really big build in the 1930s, to look at the club before that, the founders, look at some of the great matches that those stands that have just been demolished witnessed, and just have a general sort of overview of what's gone on, and to just learn more about depth, and also the work of the Leeds Rhinos Foundation. Also, we've got a picture of the team from the 1930s, and the interesting fact there is that some of those players actually helped with the rebuild.
So here we have it. This is the Yorkshire League Trophy. It's actually over 100 years old, and Leeds in Yorkshire actually won it the most times when the competition was played. It's magnificent. It's quite heavy, but it's a wonderful thing to hold.
Well, yeah, come to the museum, have a look at this historic trophy, have a look at some of the memorabilia, look at how things were last time the stadium was built, and just learn a little bit more about the journey of the club and the history of the club, because I think it's fascinating, but also learn a bit more about the work of the foundation.
This is Ian Molyneux reporting for Yorkshire Voice.
Leeds United Football Club are teaming up with the LGBT community this summer. They've announced that for the first time in their history they'll be a premium sponsor of Leeds Pride.
Our reporter, Rebecca Marano, went to find out what this means for their fan base.
This week, Leeds United have announced their place as a premium sponsor for Leeds Pride. For the members of Marching Out Together, the Leeds LGBT Plus supporters group, this represents a huge step in the right direction.
People will see, that Leeds United now is an inclusive place, and they want to get their message out there to everyone that says, come down Selham Road and support the team. I think for me, it's a massive statement of intent from the club that says we are here for the LGBT community, and we're here for everyone, not just that community.
It's clear that this is only the first step in a long-term plan. Leeds Managing Director Angus Kinnear has said he wants the club to become an example for others to follow when it comes to inclusion and diversity. Marching Out Together will continue to work with United to achieve these goals.
It means so much to me because I've always supported Leeds United, and to see them kind of support me and maybe give something back to my community means so much. So for me, it's a really proud moment. I'm proud of the club, and this last season, since we've come under new ownership, it's felt a real different place, and a place that I can again start to feel really proud to be involved with. So yeah, I think pride is the right word to use, and it's great to see them there.
I'm Rebecca Marano for Yorkshire Voice.
And now for the rest of the day's sport, here's Katie Hazeldine.
Leeds United have sold 10% of their club to the 49ers Enterprises, the investment entity behind American football giants San Francisco 49ers. The chairman of Leeds United, Andrea Radrizzani, said funds invested in the collaboration will be used to improve results on the pitch at the Championship club. Liverpool play against Real Madrid in the Champions League final on Saturday. The game will take place in Kiev in Ukraine. The team are arriving in the Ukraine capital tonight at 7:30 p.m. in preparation for the big game. Manager Jurgen Klopp has named a 24-man travelling squad. In England's first test match with Pakistan at Lords, they won the toss and chose to bat first. At lunch, England were 72 for 3. The second test begins on the 1st of June at Headingley in Leeds. Back to Alex and Jasmine.
And now we have singer-songwriter Julian Socia. Julian, welcome to the studio.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here, thanks.
So how long have you been a singer-songwriter?
About 20 odd years and counting.
And how did you get into it?
Not else to do, basically. I couldn't get a job, so I got into just playing music, and that's it.
Can you tell us a bit about the events you have coming up?
This weekend I've got 3 gigs. Just on the Sunday, there's Cottingham Springboard Festival. Should be good. I've got 2 gigs there. Not sure which stages, but that starts around 1 o'clock. That's a 3-day event. It starts on the Friday and it's going Saturday, Sunday, and then there's a blues, folk, jazz festival over in Haworth, and that's called the Millhay Festival. So that should be really good.
And how would you categorise your music to someone who hasn't heard it?
I'd say it's like traditional, and then I put modern twist with it. It's like the song I'm going to play. I mean, basically, it's like my cornerstone of music is like blues, and I like slide guitar playing and all this kind of things. But this one's more avant-garde, more like a trance tune, because I used to go to raves back in the 90s.
And what is the song you're going to be playing for us today?
It's called Feeling Free.
Okay, that's brilliant.
One that I wrote myself, yeah.
Great. So join us later in the show for Julian's live performance.
Cheers.
And now over to Austin with the weather. Austin, what's it like out there?
Well, if anyone's been outside, you will have been greeted with scenes like this. It's been fairly sunny outside today in Leeds with a slight bit of cloud, and it's been a tad breezy as well. Today, temperatures reached 19 degrees. The weather tonight in Bradford is dry with a mild temperature of 14 degrees, so it should be pleasant to eat out tonight when the iftar takes place in Centenary Square. Tomorrow, however, this is set to take a turn with heavy rain heading our way, and the temperature drops down to 15 degrees. And the weekend, the weather slowly improves with Saturday providing light showers with temperatures as high as 20 degrees, and Sunday there will be sunny intervals and nice temperatures of 22 degrees. That's it for the weather, and back to Jasmine and Alex.
That's it for the moment, but join us again tomorrow at 4 o'clock for more news across the region. Don't forget to check the Yorkshire Voice website for regular updates throughout the day.
And if you'd like to tell us what you think about any of the issues we've covered, or if you have a story you think we should know about, then get in touch on Twitter at YorkshireV or on Facebook and Instagram. We look forward to hearing from you. Now over to Julian Shosha with his song Feeling Free. Take it away, Julian.
I'm feeling free, yeah. Where is? Don't bother me, oh no. And troubles are so small to see, yeah. 'Cause I'm feeling free, yeah. I'm feeling free, yeah. And troubles don't bother me, oh no. Where is so small to see, yeah. 'Cause